Hey yo guys, time for my UFC 85 predictions. UFC 85 is taking place from London, England at the O2 Arena, and with all the stuff that happened to get to this pay-per-view, it's kind of looking like it's a pretty decent card, but really it was supposed to have a big name headliner in Chuck Liddell, where he was supposed to fight Shogun, but that didn't happen. Then it was supposed to be Liddell versus Rashad Evans, but that didn't happen, so now we get the main event of Matt Hughes versus Thiago Alves, so it should be a pretty good pay-per-view overall, but really it just missed that big main event element. But still, let's just run through the card here. The first fight will be the Irish hand grenade Marcus Davis versus Mike Swick. This one's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, both guys have the ability to finish fights quickly, and both guys can do it either with fists or submission, so that's going to do something good there. Swick's going to have to get the tough, bitter taste out of his mouth with his split decision win over, as he plodded through his decision, against Josh Berkman at UFC Fight Night 12. But he's got a tough test in front of him in Marcus the Irish Hand Grenade Davis, who, since he reinvented himself as a fighter, has gone undefeated, winning 11 straight fights. So, he's looking to make himself a top contender in the division, looking to get a title shot in early 2009. As much as I like both these guys, I really see Davis just being able to clip Mike Swick right in the jaw, pop him down in the late second round, early third round. That's where I see this one going. But it has the potential to be a war, so I think this will be a really good fight. But I got to go with my prediction to be the Irish hand grenade Marcus Davis. Then the next fight is going to be Bisping versus Jason Doomsday. Bisping at UFC 83 looked really impressive when he defeated Charles McCarthy in stunning fashion. I mean, he looked so good in his new middleweight division. He came in there, he really didn't get any damage on him, which I think will help since he had to train had only the month of May to train for this fight. And, he's going to take on a tough competitor in Jason Doomsday, who also fought at UFC 83, getting a KO victory over the always tough Alan Belcher. So really, that's going to be a good fight. But the way I see this one going is the fact that, this is in London. Doomsday's fighting Michael Bisping. The crowd is going to get to him. It's going to play a psych game, maybe psych him out a little bit, which will allow Bisping to, stand up and deliver some punches to pick him apart, and then eventually take it down and get a ground and pound ref stoppage. So prediction, I see Bisping winning by TKO. I just don't see Doomsday being able to get in there. He's got submission skills, but I just don't think he's going to be able to get him on, as the crowd will probably take him out in this one. The next fight then is in the heavyweight division, Brandon "The Truth" Vera versus Fabricio Werdum. This one here is going to be interesting, as, the heavyweight division is really, really depleted. They need some more fish in their pond. So really, Werdum, he's coming off a big win against Gabriel Gonzaga at UFC 80. So, that's going to be good there. But really, the way I see this one going, he's facing off against a tough opponent in Brandon "The Truth" Vera, who's lost a bit of momentum since he lost by decision to Tim Sylvia, which slowed his momentum since he was supposed to be the next big thing in the heavyweight division. And now this one's going to be tough and all. Werdum has skills to take you down, but I just don't see that happening. I see Werdum being such a strong guy, and he's going to use his height to his advantage as well. Vera's going to have to keep things standing, learn from the Sylvia fight, keep his distance and get the shots and knees in there against the cage, and make Werdum have to fight a defensive fight, which I think will help. Vera gets a big win in impressive fashion here, and possibly getting himself a UFC heavyweight title shot, since that I just stated is very, very depleted. And hell, he could even take the winner after the Frank Mir fight for the UFC heavyweight title. So I just see that one going there. The next prediction is Brandon "The Truth" Vera. Then the next fight would be Nate the Great Marquez versus Thales Leitas. Really, this one, this is the co-main event, and it's not a lot of big names, but I think that'll hurt it to a new fan, maybe coming in and tuning in, but I don't think it'll hurt it for a true MMA fan. But it doesn't really seem like a big co-main event thing. Marquez is trying to get himself in there, trying to get to Anderson Silva's throne, and getting past Leitas is going to be a big thing. Marquez looked very impressive against a very impressive victory over Jeremy Horn at UFC 80. And with 185 looking thin, you know, he could be the guy to add some meat to the division. So that'll be good and all. I mean, since I think he's going to be a tough test, since I see Anderson Silva swatting Yushin Okami when that fight eventually happens. So I just don't see anything else being there. Thiago's Leitas, he's done good. I mean, he's won his last 3 big fights. So, I mean, I just still, he's a good fighter and all, but I just don't see anything there. I mean, he got a big win. He's won his last 3 since he lost to Martin Kampmann in his debut at the 180. In his debut, yeah. So I see Marquez being able to hold on to Leitas and slip him in a submission and submit him in the second round mainly. Or maybe first round, probably late first round is where I see that submission being in. And I mean, I see Marquez getting the win there with the submission. Winning this match doesn't mean much because you're gonna be taking on Anderson Silva, who is probably one of the best fighters in the world, so that doesn't look a lot of fun. And then the main event is Matt Hughes versus Thiago, the Pitbull Alves. Another big fight for both these guys, as Alves is trying to show that he's the new face of the division. Matt Hughes, his time in the sun has come, and he's going to show him that, prove him that, or he's just going to kick him in the face and make him leave the division there. Matt Hughes here, he needs this win big. He just came off an absolute embarrassing defeat at the hands of George Rush St. Pierre at UFC 79. So things are not looking good for him. And the fact that you know you're facing Matt the Terra Serra eventually down the road, win, lose, or draw. So you need to get a win here to pump up things to there. To me, this like that Alves is going to have trouble winning, because when he took on Spencer Fisher at Ultimate Fight Night 2, he had lots of trouble with Fisher's wrestling ability. And Matt Hughes, with the exception of George St. Pierre, has the second best complete package of wrestling. So, you know, that's going to be a big trouble there. What I think Alves should do is Alves needs to be dropping elbows hard and with bad intent. Hughes straight away, and I think Alves is going to have trouble, is going to need to be using things offensively here. I see him delivering a big knee, since Hughes is going to be shooting in like Hermes Franca, and with all Hughes' weight shooting in and all the weight on Alves, he's going to have to use that knee there and just get a knockout there. But other than that, I just see Hughes being able to get on the top position and ride out a decision. That's where I see. So prediction will be Matt Hughes. I think he needs this win, and I think he knows if he needs this win in a bad way more than Thiago Alves. So that's my predictions. The pay-per-view should be a fun one to watch. I mean, it's the only thing that sucks is that it's in England and it's going to start at 3, so I won't be able to see all of it until I got to leave earlier. But, you know, I will hit you with the review during the week, no doubt about it. I'll be able to see most of it, and I'll and give you the review. But anyways, that's it for me on my predictions. Should be a fun night, and yeah, that's it for me. I'm out. Peace.